In this video, I'm going to show you how to connect PN532 with the USB to TTL converter, which is in the center. In the last videos, we have seen how to connect using um, the USB TTL converters, which are available as PCBs. Looks like in this case, everything what you see here, all these PCBs or boards, looks like they are all housed inside this plastic, and this looks better than having the electronics visible to you all the time. So the first thing I did was went to eBay and looking for the USB to the TTL converter, and I'm going to show you what I got. So I'm in eBay now. If you type USB to TTL, and you can see all the different types of cables. So right from here, this has got all the connections connected to this piece, and here it's a different thing. It has got the 4 wires here and this. So if you see the price wise, you can buy somewhere from 2 pound 38 pence to going up to 8 or 9 pounds. Now the cheaper ones, that is the 2 or 3 pounds one, they are based on something called PL2303HX USB to TTL serial converter. So looking at the price, I bought one of this, and I have a little bit of a problem with them. So firstly, these connectors or the cables, they do not work with Windows 10 because they are meant for Windows 7. So what I did was went to this the manufacturer's website. Since it did not work, I thought I have to download a latest driver. I downloaded the driver, and I still could not install because Windows 10 says we already have the latest driver. However, there is something to notice here. So what somewhere, if you look at here, Windows 8, 8.1, 10 are not supported in PL2303 HXA and 2303. So what we have is the one we buy from eBay for cheaper price. Looks like they are all based on 2303HX. So I'm going to connect this now and show you what exactly happens. So I have got this cable connected to my PN532, and if you go to the device manager and see, you get a yellow mark. So this yellow mark is not very common because this indicates that if you just double click and say, it says that device cannot start, and it says the code is 10. And if you look at the drivers, the driver, it's the latest one. This is a, looks like a Windows driver. So this is the problem. So if I run my program now, and you'll see that it doesn't recognize the USB port. So I'm going to run my program and say what happens. This is the program we have been using from the previous videos. If I click on connect, it says the connection failed. So it is because the USB did not work. The other thing to notice here is, if you go to this listing, the seller has already mentioned it works only up to Windows 7. So it's very it's not very common for users like us to go and read every descriptions here. And we know that Windows Vista and Windows 7, they are kind of an outdated operating system now. If you go to Google and try for a fix, some people have suggested that you have to this website here says you have to download the same exe file and install. And I tried this, it didn't work for me. And so I saw one more website. So this is where find the solution. So what this website is trying to do is telling us to go to the device manager, right click, and go to update driver. This time you're going to choose from browse my computer, and here you have to choose this pick from a list of drivers, and this is what you have to do finally. So you have to choose the first entry. So this is the driver written in 2008, and the one below is what Windows 10 automatically uses if you just don't do it. And looks like this is the latest driver, and these latest drivers are not compatible with this chipset. Maybe it's like it's a old chipset, I would say. Now once we do that, you should see this message, prolific USB to serial COM port, and after that you should say okay. So I'm going to just follow this step and see everything works fine. So I'm going to take you to the device manager and right click, and we'll do this thing. So again we are back in the device manager. I'm going to right click, and you can notice here this cable is connected to COM8. So right click and say update driver. So browse my computer. As you can see here, I try to install the driver from the profile website. So pick. So we're going to choose the first one. I'm not very sure whether this entry here I got it because I've installed the driver, or was it there with Windows 10. I'm not very sure, sorry for that. So click next, and we got it, prolific USB serial COM port, close, and after that yellow mark should go away. So we just tried, now it's working. So let's go back to our software and see if everything is working fine. So I'm going to try connect. Okay, you can see it's connected to COM8. So this shows this cable is working fine. Let's go and try some of the commands. SAM config. So I'm getting the result. Get version. I'm going to try an ultralight tag. So I got this. I can try to read. I'll try to read the 16 bytes from ultralight. So reading is fine. Okay, so I think that's all I got in this video. It's a very short video. So I'm going to try probably before in this video there's something else I would like to mention. So back in the manufacturer website, you can see there is a recommendation by the manufacturer. It says you can use HXD or PL2303TA. I've ordered this TA, and probably in the next video I will share my experience with this new chipset.